good news is super strange. I'm breaking down why it raises eyebrows and what the rating actually means before you pass that popcorn. This is a weird one. Not only is it a black comedy about a serious event, it's a Korean black comedy about a serious event. So be prepared to be a little bit confused at times, and expect that some of the jokes might not land because of cultural differences.
How does that work exactly?
While the event depicted in this film isn't exactly tragic, the real-life incident that it's based on involved a terrorist organization, including members as young as children, who hijacked a passenger airplane. Because of that, certain moments can feel a bit bad in taste. All in all, it wasn't a bad watch, but the cultural dissonance can make it seem like it drags on, or that it's confusing.
I don't get it.
But that's just the beginning. Now we're diving into the acting, story, details, and reasons for the rating. Spoiler alert once we get to the rating.
You have been warned.
And let's get this party started.
I mean, really, let's do this, mother!
First up is acting, which I give a 9 out of 10. Honestly, no complaints here. For what this movie was and what I saw on screen, how it made me feel and react, I think all the actors did well. The actors especially impressed me when they had to speak English because it was actually pretty good.
No kidding.
Overall, I'm really satisfied with the performances, especially knowing that there are cultural differences when it comes to acting. The only downside, and this goes for like all foreign
Live action.
films, is the English dub is absolutely atrocious. So do yourself a favor and just watch it in Korean.
It's much better that way.
Now for the story and script, which I give a 7 out of 10. The only reason why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 is because not everything is gonna land with every audience, especially if you're not used to Korean humor or pacing.
Get out of the pressure!
Since it's on Netflix, a lot of people can watch it and then they're gonna think that it's weird or too slow or even not funny and in bad taste, even though it's a black comedy. I'll admit, there were times that I felt these things too, but I also had moments where the humor really clicked and the story just pulled me in. And like most black comedies, you kinda have to look past the bad taste moments. I mean, they're intentional.
See, I knew I was gonna hurt your feelings.
Also, the writing and dialogue were solid overall. Bottom line, this movie is unapologetically Korean in its tone and pacing, so if you're not ready for that, you'll probably walk away confused and not liking the movie. But if you are ready for it, it's a pretty interesting ride, so enjoy it.
No, it's perfect.
Now for the details, which I give a 10 out of 10. The reason I give it a 10 out of 10 is because I really can't speak on specific Korean details like clothing or props, so I wouldn't know if something was off in that regard. But to me, everything felt authentic. I mean, even right down to the 1970s vibe. You were totally pulled into that world and you felt like you were there.
I'm still geeking out about it.
I also didn't notice any technical issues or continuity errors either. Everything seemed intentional and well thought out. I also loved all the little stylistic touches that are different than American stylistic touches, you know what I mean?
The attention to detail is excellent.
Here's your spoiler warning, guys, because now we're getting into the reasons for the rating. This movie is billed as an R-rated crime thriller, but also it's a black comedy. And yeah, that pretty much sums it up. So let's talk about that.
Drugs and alcohol.
There were cigarettes and liquor indulged in throughout this movie. I don't recall anyone getting intoxicated though.
Language.
There was actually a good bit of language in this movie, which was simultaneously surprising and unsurprising, due to my preconceived notions.
You know what they say about assuming, right?
Anyway, there are 14 F words, 11 A words, 9 uses of blasphemy, 8 S words, 7 B words, 2 D words, and 14 others.
Time for violence!
Since this movie is about a terrorist hijacking of a passenger airplane, there's gonna be some violence, but it's way less graphic and in your face like typical American films of this caliber. There's a brief torture scene in the beginning, but it's limited to beatings. Obviously, several terrorists hijack a passenger airplane, and they use guns, a bomb, and a sword to do so, though it's later revealed that the only real weapon on that plane was the sword.
That's my secret, Cat.
Also, one of the pilots gets hit over the head with a gun. There's a tense Mexican standoff scene that's all in the mind, which then results in one of the men being shot in the head in real life because he fails to do his duty. Also, the main character envisions the terrorist suicide bomber blowing up the entire plane, and one of the terrorists gets stabbed in the gut but survives. Other than that one guy that gets shot dead, everyone survives this movie.
Prepare for the fight scene.
Overall, I give this movie a 6 out of 10 for me and 8 out of 10 overall for the movie itself. I felt like this movie was okay for me. I'm not mad I watched it, and it was funny here and there. I mostly enjoyed it, but I wouldn't watch it again. It was just too culturally different for me to really enjoy it.
Well, now I'm sad.
But as a whole, the movie itself was good. The acting and details were on point, and it had a pretty solid script and story. I do recommend watching it because it's not a bad movie, and it can broaden your horizons culturally and in a movie sense. If you're not Korean or you don't know Korean culture, yeah, this movie's gonna be a little hard to get through.
No duh.
And if you're not too keen on tongue-in-cheek retellings of real events, then it might turn you off. But all in all, it's not a bad movie.
Wrap that up and give it to a child on Christmas, because we're done.
Hey, don't go yet, there's still more to see. Click right here to check out my most recent Pop Talk. Have you heard that MatPat's gonna be in FNAF 2? And are you as confused as me that Screamboat Willie is getting a sequel? Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and just remember, once you pass the popcorn to me, it's okay to talk, it's okay to text, and I'll see you later. Bye!